units. Opening of a 250 capacity women's hostel. The 108 ambulance service was launched on 21 June 2021. The International Yoga Day and more than 200 ambulances are deployed under the Emergency Response Ambulance Services. Introducing Hospital Management Information System, telemedicine for remote consultations and telemanas for mental health. All district hospitals, 40 CHCs and 6 urban PHCs are connected online mode and 40 PHCs on the offline mode. 2 state hubs for telecom consultations have started at TRIMS Naharlagun and BPGH Pasighat with registration of 318 spokes, including 226 sub-centers, 78 PHCs and 4 urban PHCs. Upgradation of 60 PHCs/CHCs, one each in every constituency, into Golden Jubilee PHCs and CSCs with provision of basic IPHS standard equipment. The 15 Finance Commission health grants have also helped my government in strengthening the field level diagnostic services and building less sub-centers. 10 block public health units have been established, 109 CHCs and PHCs provided with diagnostic equipment to perform 44 number of tests, 376 sub-centers with diagnostic tools to carry out 13 mandated tests and 26 health facilities supplied with human papilloma virus HPV for cervical cancer screening for women above 35 years of age. 203 lab technicians have been trained to handle and operate the latest diagnostic equipment. Honorable members, my government has launched the Chief Minister's Health Emergency Life Protection Services, or the CM HELPS, initiative to transform emergency care processes in the state. Around 100 health personnel have been trained in emergency and critical care under the CM HELPS, and mobile medical vehicles, oxygen, express vaccine carriers and patient transport ambulances are now operating in all districts under the CM HELPS. The Chief Minister's Arogya Arunachal Yojana has so far covered 1,39,724 families with over 5,94,000 individual members, and Ayushman Bharat Pradhan Mantri Jan Arogya Yojana has so far enrolled 44,963 families with over 1,19,000 members. Together, the two health assurance schemes cover more than 6.1 lakh citizens in the state, and nearly 30,000 patients have availed tertiary health care benefits under these schemes, with our aim being coverage of all eligible beneficiaries to achieve universal health coverage in the state. Nearly 10,000 newborn girls have received benefit under the Dulari Kanya scheme, with an additional 715 covered under the Golden Jubilee Daughters Initiative. 9 drug addiction and rehabilitation centers are now functional with a total capacity of 240 beds, and nearly 3,700 addicts have been treated in these facilities. Ayush infrastructure strengthening has received a major boost under my government. The establishment of 250-bed integrated Ayush hospital at Likabali and Balukpong are under progress. 68 Ayush OPDs are now co-located at health facilities, and 49 Ayush health and wellness centers have been made functional. 5 Panchakarma units are being established at various locations for providing holistic treatment to the people. The human resource gap in the health sector has been reduced from 34% to just merely 6%, and the number of medical personnel available in the state are adequate and aligned to IPHS norms. The Chief Minister Renal Replacement Society provides aid to patients suffering from chronic renal diseases, and approximately 17 crores have been provided to patients suffering from chronic and renal diseases. However, to further reduce the hardships of the patients who go out of the state for renal transplantation, The Health Department has signed an MOU with Sir Gangaram Hospital, New Delhi, to establish a Center for Excellence for Renal Sciences at TRIMS with a view to carry out renal transplantation in the state itself. Under the free diagnostic scheme, 8 lakh individuals have benefited from around 50 lakh tests done. As a result of significant infrastructure and human resource augmentation, Arunachal Pradesh has made commendable progress in various key health indicators as per the National Family Health Survey reports. The state child complete vaccination coverage rate has increased significantly from 71.4% to 76.4%. Antenatal checkup in the first trimester have increased from 36.9% to almost 53.1%, and institutional deliveries have increased significantly from 52.2% to 79.2%. Sex ratio has increased from 958 to 997 females per 1,000 males. The infant mortality rate of the state has reduced significantly from 22.9% in 15-16 to 12.9% in 2021 as per the NFHS data, which is the highest reduction of IMR in the country during this period. Similarly, neonatal mortality rate has also reduced from 11.8% in 15-16 to merely 7.7% in 2021 as per the NFHS. Honorable members, we have seen Shri Pema Khanduji's team has transformed the healthcare landscape of the state such that within the Amrit Kal, we will achieve zero nutritional poverty, full coverage of child immunization, universal access to quality health care, including thorough health insurance, paving the way for physically, mentally, and spiritually healthy and happy residents. Investments in human capital. Honorable Speaker, honorable members, our guiding pillar, investment in human capital, is aligned with the youth power guiding pillar of the Saptarishi. My government envisions a future with accessible and quality education and learning available for all. Through the focused approach of Honorable Chief Minister and his team, including dedicating the year 2021 to education, my government has established 3,600 government schools under the Sarva Shiksha Abhiyan while closing zero enrollment schools. The services of 900 contractual teachers were regularized salary of eligible teaching and non-teaching staff enhanced by 22% for improving motivation and teaching. We have adopted and implemented National Education Policy 2020 recommendations and included tourism, hospitality and IT as vocational education courses in 99 government higher secondary schools and 70 government secondary schools. We have taken up the initiative to publish study books in local languages, integrated the National Scholarship Portal NSP and Public Financial Management System, becoming one of the first states to do so, and launched the Chief Minister's Golden Jubilee Merit Award for those who get admission into IITs, IIMs, AIIMS, NLUs, and introduced Aadhaar-based enrollment of students for correct data management. Towards building the education infrastructure, the state has invested rupees 1,000 crores under Mission Shiksha during the year of education 2021-22. Established Sainik School at Niglok in East Siang and Tawang. Initiated setting up Arun Gyan Kendra, a digital corner in our libraries for leaders. Installed modern technologies such as Atal Tinkering Lab, Vocational Lab, Digital Library, Smart Classrooms, etc. Operationalized Vidya Samiksha Kendra to monitor performance of teachers and progress of students, one of the first 5 states to do so. we have established New Arunachal Pradesh State University at Pasighat. We have made 50 Kasturba Gandhi Balika Vidyalayas operational and established 480 early childhood care centers and created assets like girls' hostel, boys' hostel, residential quarters, besides overall infrastructure development in many schools. The result of my government's effort in developing the education sector are seen as follows. Improved female literacy rate from 57.7% to 71.3% since 1516. Reduced school dropout rate from 9% to 2.3% in the past 7 years, falling much below the national average of 12.6%. 90% schools that have teachers posted as per norms and more than 1.1 lakh students are receiving stipend and scholarships. 1.3 crores have been disbursed to 67 successful aspirants to IITs, AIMMS, IIMs and NLUs. To further improve the required infrastructure for quality education, my government is upgrading 50 government schools to Golden Jubilee schools, where all facilities will be available with a combined special investment of Rs 500 crores from the Union Government. Besides, 12 Eklavya model residential schools are being set up with a budget of Rs 217 crores to improve educational outcomes. The government has also taken up 4 government engineering colleges and 4 government ITIs. Honorable members, through improving quality and outcomes in education, my government aims to achieve 100% net enrollment, literacy, and bring the learning proficiency and overall skill sets of our youth at par with the global standards in the coming years. When we talk of human capital and youth power, we think of the future. But we also need to safeguard and celebrate Arunachal Pradesh's ethnic and cultural diversity. To this objective, the government has the following achievements. Established tribal culture centers in all districts headquarters. Initiated documentation of the diverse traditions of all tribes. Published books including folk tales, hymns, prayers, songs, proverbs, and sayings in the native languages of various tribes. Established indigenous Gurukul schools and acknowledged the role of priests by facilitating them with honorariums and facilitating the celebration of local festivals. I understand we shall be holding an indigenous folk music festival in this month itself to highlight the essence of state's indigenous culture and to promote our rich tapestry of folk song and music. Additionally, my government has decided to host an annual competitive folk songs music festival with participation of all states and union territories in a bid to boost tourism and branding of the state, as well as encourage cultural exchanges under the broader vision of Ek Bharat, Shresht Bharat, which will take our indigenous folk songs and music to a larger audience outside the state. Honorable members, Arunachal is blessed with physically fit young sports stars who have been bringing laurels to the state and adding to our pride. Keeping this in mind, my government has made significantly augmented sports infrastructure in the last 8 years, which includes a 15,000 capacity Golden Jubilee outdoor stadium, 20 multi-purpose indoor sports halls, 7 new national level stadiums, a National Center for Sports Science Research, one of the only 6 in India, 20,700 square meters DK Badminton Academy, and 58 Khelo India centers. The outcome of my government's persistent approach in sports and youth affairs are evident in the results. The Sange Lardin Sports Academy having been recognized as the Khelo India State Center of Excellence for archery, judo, and weightlifting. Arunachal Pradesh getting the opportunity to host prestigious final rounds of the 77th Santosh Trophy National Football Championship, winning a staggering collection of 375 gold, 259 silver and 266 bronze medals in the last 8 years, and and supporting various music, dance and branded competitive platforms for the youth of the state to showcase their talent and stand on their feet. We shall reach another milestone when the third Film and Television Institute of India is set up in Arunachal. It is with a sense of pride I state that my government was able to bring to life the history of our brave hearts, including the unsung heroes, martyrs and freedom fighters. Congratulating all those who were involved in the laborious field and academic research to properly document their lives from archival records, I applaud my government's initiative of building a war memorial and 13 state memorial parks to honor the memories and sacrifices of our unsung heroes, martyrs and freedom fighters. Atmanirbhar Arunachal Pradesh. Honorable speakers and honorable members, our guiding pillar Atmanirbhar Arunachal Pradesh is aligned with the unleashing the potential guiding pillar of Saptarishi again. To become Viksit Arunachal, we must become an Atmanirbhar Arunachal first. That is why this is one of the key strategic pillars of our vision, where the key sectors must contribute to make the state self-sufficient. In today's knowledge-based world order, innovation and entrepreneurship are the pathways to solve problems and build wealth for the state and its citizens. To briefly mention a few initiatives, we have set up an Arunachal Pradesh Innovation and Investment Park, which has incubated 66 startups to fulfill the dreams of our young innovators. We have launched Deen Dayal Upadhyay Swavalamban Yojana or DDUSY, where 828 entrepreneurs have received financing of rupees 125 crores to set up their dream ventures. Provided training to 570 youth under the Chief Minister's Yuva Kaushal Yojana and National Apprentice Promotion Scheme. We have supported 856 beneficiaries through Chief Minister's Paryatan Vikas Yojana and Chief Minister's Paryatan Shiksha Yojana. Trained nearly 34,000 youth under the Pradhan Mantri Kaushal Vikas Yojana and facilitated rupees 342 crore loans to 14,618 beneficiaries under the Pradhan Mantri Mudra Yojana. The agri and allied sectors are primarily sources of livelihoods in our state, and my government is proactively working in our state, and my government is working on increasing the income of farmers, whereby more than 96,000 farmers have been granted access to pre-authorized Kisan credit cards, reaching about 99% of the eligible beneficiaries. More than 1 lakh soil health cards have been issued, covering 93% of the eligible beneficiaries. 4,649 farmers reaped the benefits under Prime Minister's Krishi Sinchai Yojana. With about 93% saturation rate, nearly 1 lakh farmers have received financial support through the Pradhan Mantri Kisan Samman Nidhi Yojana, and 2 crude palm oil factories are being established in Lower Dibang Valley and East Siang districts. Our unique initiatives, the Atmanirbhar Yojanas, have proved to be effective and popular amongst the farmers, as we are providing much needed front-ended credit-linked subsidies to these beneficiaries. Till date, we have been able to reach out and support the following: 9,862 beneficiaries under Atmanirbhar Krishi Yojana, 6,500 beneficiaries under Atmanirbhar Bagwani Yojana, 1,058 beneficiaries under Atmanirbhar Matsya Palan Yojana, 1,600 beneficiaries under Atmanirbhar Plantation Yojana, and 1,096 beneficiaries under Atmanirbhar Pashupalan Yojana. The impact of the schemes could be estimated with the results of our states which have been achieved. The total food grain production reached 5,20,777 metric tons. Total pulse production reached 14,831 metric tons. Total oilseed production reached 38,919 metric tons, and oil palm area expansion now covers 4,600 hectares. My government launched Mission Krishi Veer to connect our farmers to our jawans. Till date, 284 metric tons of locally produced fresh fruits and vegetables have been supplied to the Indian Army stationed in the state by our farmers, adding to their income and making them partners in defense of the motherland. In the last few years, the state has opened up new avenues to export agriculture and allied sector products to international markets, thus integrating farmers with global supply chains and enhancing their incomes. Arunachal Pradesh Agriculture Marketing Board and Mrs. Lulu Hypermarket LLC, Dubai, have signed a 5 years MOU during the World Food India 2023 to promote export of agriculture and allied sector products from the state in the international market, and oranges from Dambuk can now be seen in Dubai Hypermarket. Similarly, a MOU has been signed between Chirodar Organic FPC, Anjavad Specific Sciences Private Limited, Nagpur, for export of organic black cardamom from the state, resulting in export of rupees 50 lakhs worth during the year 22-23. APAMB has further plans to export 50 metric tons of buckwheat to Asia Pacific regions in the current season. Honorable members, my government has made substantial progress in empowering rural workforce, recognizing the importance of sustainable livelihoods. Arunachal has issued 3.11 lakh job cards through Mahatma Gandhi National Rural Employment Guarantee Scheme, Manrega, ensuring employment opportunities for rural households. Distributed 500 vehicles under Arunachal Gramin Express Yojana, sanctioned 36,376 and constructed 19,299 houses under Pradhan Mantri Awas Yojana Gramin, whereas 4,938 houses have been completed out of the 6,892 houses sanctioned under Pradhan Mantri Awas Yojana Urban. We have provided 49,247 LPG connections to BPL beneficiaries under Pradhan Mantri Ujjwala Yojana, constructed 10,084 toilets under Swachh Bharat Mission Phase 2, which led to Arunachal being declared an open defecation free state in 2017. We have registered 13.82 lakh beneficiaries under National Food Security Act, provided and is still providing free rations to 1.5 lakh beneficiaries under Antyodaya Anna Yojana, provided 4,50,000 plus metric tons of rice grains to 8,40,000 plus beneficiaries under Pradhan Mantri Garib Kalyan Anna Yojana, and generated 8,200 employment opportunities through 1,025 new projects under the Pradhan Mantri Employment Generation Program. In addition, my government's commitment towards women-led development has translated into supporting about 1.8 lakh pregnant women, lactating mothers and children covered through 6,225 Anganwadi centers, setting up 250 mothers' kitchens across the state wherein SSGs are involved, mobilizing over 85,000 women into more than 9,300 self-help groups, and earmarking 50% of eligible scheme benefits for women in self-help groups. SSGs have in fact been a key partner of development for the state, for whom my government has done the following: earmarked 50% of Atmanirbhar schemes, 336 SSGs have been benefited under these schemes till date. Trained over 1,100 SSGs, equipping them with the necessary skills and knowledge to thrive. Facilitated credit linking with over 2,900 SSGs, getting rupees 33 crores bank credit, and registered 164 self-help groups enterprises with 1,081 members under the PM formalization of micro food processing enterprise scheme. With a record of empowering 500 self-help groups, the state has extended further support to 1,000 self-help groups with an allocation of rupees 10 crore under the Arun Shri Rina Yojana. Each of these groups now holds a fixed deposit of minimum 1 lakh rupees. Geology and mining is another sector which is helping in improving self-sufficiency. The state's mining royalties are increasing, and my government has notified the Arunachal Pradesh Minerals Regulation and Dealers Rule 2023. The state is collaborating with Central Mine Plant Design Institute to explore more coal blocks that will generate employment and revenues for the state in the near future. Arunachal is bestowed with unparalleled natural beauty, making tourism one of our core competencies. We have 14 tourist circuits now, and we have seen 64% increase in tourist footfalls in last 8 years. I am happy to note that my government is taking initiatives to support tourism entrepreneurs through various initiatives. Till date, 741 individuals have been provided value-added subsidies under Chief Minister's Paryatan Vikas Yojana, and 226 youths were trained in adventure sports under the Chief Minister's Skilled Advanced Certificate. Honorable members, in its commitment to maintain law and order, my government has significantly strengthened the policing and judicial infrastructure. Over the last few years, my government has inducted 15,285 personnel and the addition of 418 new vehicles, expanded police networks with 68 new police stations, 21 Mahila police stations, with 7 being operational. Zero and SEPA now have ISO certified women police stations. We have embraced technology to enhance public safety through adoption of CCTV surveillance and migrated to the CCTNS server and citizen portal, that is Crime and Criminal Tracking Network and Systems. Established 32 new courts, a substantial increase from the meager 2 in 2010, and began repurposing its first ever central jail into a correctional home with a capacity to accommodate 1,000 inmates. Let me now applaud the state's effort in social assistance programs where benefits have been provided to the vulnerable sections of the society who may otherwise be infirm in making ends meet. Along with providing significant top-ups, the social assistance programs covers the following: 48,722 old age beneficiaries, 7,168 widow beneficiaries, and 3,435 Divyang beneficiaries in all. Infrastructure development through synergy and convergence. Honorable Speaker and honorable members of the Assembly, our guiding pillar, infrastructure development through synergy and convergence, is aligned with 2 guiding pillars of the Saptarishi: reaching the last mile and infrastructure and investment. It always gives me immense satisfaction in sharing with you the unprecedented progress achieved by the state, making substantial investments towards enhancing connectivity, fostering cultural exchange, boosting tourism, and facilitating trade. In a historic development seen only after 75 years of independence, the state now has its first full-fledged Doini Polo Airport at Holongi, Itanagar. This has recently attained all-weather licenses. Arunachal now boasts of 4 airports at Holongi, Pasighat, Teju, and Zero, all developed within the last 8 years. Over the past 8 years, Arunachal Pradesh has witnessed a remarkable surge in road infrastructure. In this time frame, despite challenges of terrain and weather, Honorable Chief Minister Shri Pema Khandu and his team have constructed an extensive 19,863 kilometer road network and successfully developed 2,482 kilometers of national highways. As a result of focused investment in the road sector, in the last 8 years, there has been 91% increase in the length of highways from mere 1,042 kilometers in 1516 to 1,992 kilometers in 2022-23, and 64% increase in the overall road length. The road density has increased from 36.65 kilometers per square kilometer to 65.99 kilometers per square kilometer since 1516, and 195 bridges have been built to connect the previously unconnected areas. We can look ahead to an additional 2,857 kilometers of national highways which are slated for construction with a union government allocation of nearly 44,000 crore rupees. 105 roads covering 1,022 kilometers and connecting 125 habitations with an estimated cost of 2,205 crores have been sanctioned under the Vibrant Village program for this year. In the other connectivity initiatives, 2,401 villages have been provided with 4G towers and 3.02 lakh rural households electrified through Saubhagya and Deen Dayal Upadhyaya Gram Jyoti Yojana. Honorable members, in our attempt to ensure water security and water supply to all our citizens, the state has exceeded our target by developing 2,044 Amrit Sarovars sites and achieved 98.29% of coverage of functional household tap connections under the Jal Jeevan Mission, providing 2,30,275 households with tap water and ensuring that 4,113 villages have attained the status of Har Ghar Jal villages. Honorable members, I am pleased to inform you that my government's effort in harnessing sustainable energy sources have also borne fruit. In the past few years, power sector infrastructure has been augmented significantly with the following: operationalizing 72 hydel stations in Western Zone and 88 hydel stations in the Eastern Zone, commissioning Roing Chapakhova 132 kV double circuit transmission line having linkage with northeastern grid to overcome frequent power disruptions, pioneering use of latest 33 kV gas insulated switchgear technology with their installations at Daporijo, Alo and Dukhampani, installing a 100 kilowatt off-grid solar power plant at Anini, and installing 199 solar water pumps under the Pradhan Mantri Kisan Urja Suraksha Evam Utthan Mahabhiyan PM Kusum. Towards reformation of the power sector, my government has adopted the Arunachal Pradesh Energy Conservation Building Code 2022, that is APEC BC 2022, implemented online billing and payment systems with more than 1 lakh consumers on board onto the platform, and taken up the key infrastructure project estimated at rupees 1,092 crores for distribution infrastructure development along the extension of electricity network to border areas. It gives me great pleasure to recount the outcomes achieved by Shri Pema Khanduji and his team Arunachal in the determination to bring electricity to every household in the state during last 8 years. A total of 5,258 villages have been electrified since 1516, indicating a coverage increase of 25%. The state's power generation capacity has increased from 405 megawatts to 1259 megawatts. A total of 2,466 smart street lights have been installed in the towns of Itanagar, Tawang, Sepa, Namsai and Changlang, and 6,093 solar street lights have illuminated 712 villages across 13 border districts, enhancing safety and security for our villagers during the night hours, particularly for women and girls. Honorable members, the state's waste management infrastructure has also seen significant improvements over the years. Some of the worthwhile initiatives have been the state's first sewage treatment plant STP with a capacity of 200 kiloliters per day was set up for rejuvenation of Yangmasu River in a record time of 5 months. The Itanagar Capital Complex wastes about 44,117 cubic meters of it are being 100% extracted and processed at Karsinga and Chimpu sites. The state's first fecal sludge treatment plant is ready at Chimpu. Material recovery facilities with cumulative capacity of 9 tons per day are operational at Namsai, Zero and Basar, and a policy for comprehensive development of the MRF stores increase of waste processing capacity to 47 tons per day has been adopted. Honorable members, development initiatives to assist our armed forces in guarding and protecting our borders with ready cooperation of our civil populace living in the harshest of terrains, another focus area of my government. The Vibrant Village program is a shining example of synergy and convergence to create infrastructure in the remotest areas of the state with the motto connectivity to activity to vibrancy in our border areas. 1,452 villages have been synthetically mapped. 455 priority villages have been identified for development, and 252 border habitations have been connected through construction of 2,506 kilometers of roads to improve ease of living of remote rural communities. As a result of these interventions, we have started witnessing the welcome reverse migration in many border area locations. I am confident that sustained focus of the government on the Vibrant Village program will further promote activity and vibrancy in these areas. Honorable members, with these synergetic developments approach of my government towards infrastructure and connectivity, I am sanguine that Arunachal will reach a stage in the next 10 years where 100% of habitations are connected with road, piped water, power, telecom services, 100% waste is processed, and all are done through 100% renewable energy. This is the vision of Honorable Chief Minister and his cabinet for a Viksit Arunachal Pradesh contributing to Viksit Bharat. A word on environmental protection and climate resilience. Honorable Speaker and honorable members, with over 80% forest cover, a diverse flora and fauna, and major Himalayan streams, lakes and rivers, Arunachal is amongst the most ecologically gifted states. Here too, under the progressive and future-oriented leadership of the Honorable Chief Minister, Shri Pema Khanduji and his team, has seen this government continually strive to protect our ecology and environment, identifying and overcoming vulnerabilities. Environment protection and climate resilience is the 6th key strategic pillar of our vision for 2047, which is aligned with the green growth guiding pillars of the Saptarishi, which is being taken forward with Sabka Prayas, with the government proactively mobilizing citizens towards sustainability through several initiatives. And these are: in a noteworthy development, the Council of Ministers adopted the landmark Pake Tiger Reserve 2047 Ministerial Declaration on Climate Change Resilient and responsive Arunachal Pradesh to accelerate comprehensive, smart, climate resilient and inclusive development. The first such subnational ministerial level climate declaration in India and possibly globally, the Pake Declaration with its 5 broad Panchadhara domains and underlying 75 climate resilience strategies are being implemented through climate tax budgeting approach. I am glad to note that my government has so far financed 89 climate actions categorized into climate change adaptation, rupees 526 crores climate change mitigation, rupees 64 crores in hybrid actions, rupees 137 crores respectively. The Arunachal Mission Life campaign saw massive participation of over 55,961 pro-planet people. During the campaign, 52,114 lifestyle for environment pledges were taken by 3.76% of the state population as against the national average of just 1.2%, showcasing an innate desire on the part of the citizen to go green. Environment management plans have been notified for all of the 25 districts in the state. In other noteworthy initiatives, the state has undertaken 2,822 hectares forestry plantation under the Green India Mission and eco-restored nearly 2,189 hectares of degraded open forest. Rehabilitate shifting cultivation in 1,277 hectares and restored more than 12 hectares of wetlands. Initiated nature-based entrepreneurship such as the Bamboo Incubation Center, the ecotourism projects at Zero, Pasighat, Namdapa National Park, Kamlang Wildlife Sanctuary, Yarping, Alo and Balemu. Expanded forest cover through compensatory afforestation in 26,440 hectares area and created special tiger protection force to help in better protecting the tiger reserves of Pake, Namdapa and Kamlang. Honorable members, Arunachal has 40% of India's hydropower potential, which can spearhead the nation's aim for green energy and also generate huge revenues for the state. In the last 8 years, my government has successfully achieved the following. Commissioned the microhydel station at Pinchi with a total capacity of 500 kV. Commissioned 600 megawatt calming hydropower project which the Honorable Prime Minister inaugurated and dedicated to the nation. Commissioned a total of 17 projects till date under the Golden Jubilee Border Village Illumination Program and signed agreements with 3 central PSUs for kick-starting 13 stalled mega hydro projects worth 12,523 megawatt capacity. These projects entail a cumulative investment of close to 1.4 lakh crores and will generate an annual revenue of around 10,000 crores when completed. Overall, the state government has invested a total of 1,013.8 crores in the hydropower sector in the last 7 years with the following singular impacts. 213% increase in our installed hydropower capacity from 405 megawatt in 15-16 to 1270 megawatt in 22-23. Making Arunachal the second power surplus state in the northeast, and the construction of Subansiri Lower Hydroelectrical Project with a capacity of 2000 megawatts is nearing completion, making it the largest hydropower dam in the country at present, which will only be surpassed by the 2880 megawatt Dibang multipurpose projects when it is completed. To conclude, Honorable Speaker and Honorable Members, I would like to say that with great personal satisfaction that the 6 development pillars of priorities of my government have laid a strong foundation in progressing towards a happy society which is constructively engaged in sustainable development of our beloved state. The government, very ably and proficiently led by Honorable Chief Minister Shri Pema Khanduji, has left no stone unturned to make our vision of a happy, cohesive and inclusive society. In this, we are extremely grateful to the generous support provided by the Government of India and the blessings of Honorable Prime Minister for all our efforts and priorities. We have all been witness to the record pace set in all sectors, whether it is providing ghar, bijli, pani, swachhata, sadak, rail, air and port connectivity to people. Wherever you see the extreme dedication to the nation and the state through kartavya and seva bhav of my government is reflected. From third largest startup ecosystems to improved road safety, port and rail traffic, highways, decline in death rates, improved sex ratios, substantial reduction in teacher-pupil ratios, our Vikas Yatra has gone from strength to strength. Lastly, fulfilling the aspirations of the youth, livelihood generation through self-employment opportunities, while continuing with our investments in infrastructure for improved connectivity, has been and will be the vision of my government for a prosperous and happy Arunachal Pradesh in the Amrit Kal and becoming a developed state of a developed nation. Thank you very much. Jai Arunachal, Jai Hind, Jai Bharat.
Honorable members, I am deeply grateful to Honorable Governor for addressing the 13th legislative or 13th and the last session of the 7th Legislative Assembly. Now I would like to request Honorable Governor and Honorable members to proceed for a group photograph followed by high tea at the banquet hall. And I adjourn the House till 11:30. Thank you. May rise for the national anthem.